Depending on your region, a collector booster box for Magic the Gathering's upcoming The Hobbit set is going for roughly $700. I could do a lot with that kind of money, like buy an iPhone 16, a Nintendo Switch 2 and a Nintendo Switch Lite, a Fender Stratocaster electric guitar, 350 bottles of milk. The collector booster box is a contentious item these days. And why wouldn't it be? A box of cardboard selling for roughly $700 depending on your location will cause a strong reaction. Of course, speculators are going to point to the last Lord of the Rings Magic set and say, well, at this rate, it's a no-brainer. Look at that ROI. God, I hate that acronym. Never mind the difference between this Hobbit set and the last Lord of the Rings set, which was a straight-to-modern format set, which has a very different power level. One that also suffered from the moist critical effect, where speculators bought up all the remaining product on the market to try to sell back to the guy after he had revealed the extent of his addiction to opening the boxes, which he promptly shut down all ideas that he would pay these artificially inflated prices, which had reached up to $12,000 in an effort to get him to buy them out. Unlike the first Lord of the Rings set, the Hobbit set is a standard set, meant to be printed into the ground and at a much lower power level than modern is. But we're not talking about the regular play boosters that are meant for players, right? We're talking about collector boosters, the premium product. Surely this will maintain its value. 3 to 4 Dyson vacuum cleaners. Regardless of if the product holds its financial value or not over the long term, I've always found the prospect of paying this much money for cardboard to be asinine. Never mind brand new pieces of cardboard at that. Especially when the value of said product is overinflated not due to the quality of the product as a whole, but because of specific rare chase cards that statistically, unless you're a whale, you have a minuscule chance of ever opening. In the case of the one ring, you will not open. Yup, most of the cards you find in a collector booster pack are worth pennies. So how did we get here? What set off the craze for the collector booster box, and are there any positives to the model? 12 beanbag chairs. Oh yeah, this video has no sponsor, so let's shout out our old friend Vince Kaichan for the kick-ass music he lets me use for my videos. You can check out and purchase his music at his Bandcamp, linked in my description. The Collector Booster Pack was introduced in 2019 as part of Magic's Booster Fun initiative, where they looked at a booster pack and wondered how to increase its fun potential. Why not take a booster pack of Magic and replace all those boring non-foil cards with all foil cards? We'll also increase the amount of rare and mythic rare cards, and we'll introduce new, never-before-seen art treatments. How cool! It'll cost roughly $20 to $25 per pack. This wasn't normalized pricing at the time, as we were still in the era where $4 to $5 for a booster pack was considered the norm. Of course, if you open a normal booster pack, you're going to see 1 rare at the most, maybe 2 if you get lucky, maybe a foil if you get lucky. It makes sense to increase the price of the product as the value of the contents within are increased as well. But you have to increase it by enough so that you don't cannibalize the cheaper product that you're also trying to sell alongside it. If a collector's booster pack was, say, only $10, even though I think maybe that's what it should be priced at, why would anyone purchase a $5 booster pack if the $10 version is so vastly superior? Obviously, the cheaper pack has utility that the collector's pack doesn't, such as being optimized for draft, but you get the point. So $25 is the MSRP. 4 Big Macs and a small fry. That was the price for in-universe sets. As other properties jumped into Magic through their Universes Beyond program, they received a markup to account for those pesky licensing fees. They also knew they could sell something marked up to you if it had Final Fantasy on it. So $37 for a pack of 15 cards. So I went to my local game store, City Comics in Leipzig, Germany, to pick up the only collector booster box they had in stock in English. 34 euros, or approximately $38.60. I have never bought a collector booster pack in my life. This is my very first one, purely to demonstrate to you that unless you're doing it for the love of the game, you know, just to see what you get and get some pretty cards, this is not a smart purchase. So we'll see if I am proven correct or not. So we are going to start with our bevy of holofoil cards, and you can already see the relative pringling that is happening. That's the thing, when you have a pack that's all foils, there has been a dilution in quality in the foils in Magic the Gathering to where a lot of people don't even prefer them due to what we call pringling, or the card having a curve to it, which makes it more difficult for gameplay as it gets worse. So all of these cards aren't even the most desirable versions, so you're getting 9 or 10 cards in the pack that are not worth anything. We say Bine, Agent of Atlas, Hercules Prince of Power, Hawkeye Young Avenger, Chase Stein Runaway, The Howling Commandos, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, and finally we get into the quote-unquote good stuff. Baron Strucker Hydra Overlord, a full art forest that's quite pretty. I'm going to show the prices of the contents of the pack when we are done. Our first rare, a commander rare, Hawkeye Bowslinger. An extended artwork introduced in the Booster Fun era, Loki's Scepter. And here we have Final Showdown. This is a spree. Where is the rarity? This is a mythic rare, and that's quite a cool looking card. Not foil. Unnatural Growth, an enchantment, also a mythic. And the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster in the foil rare slot. And then we have the Tiger God and Sturdy Shield. So give me 1 second. These are our two, I think, quote-unquote big hit cards, both in non-foil. Let's see how much this whole pack was worth. We have a total value of...
Oh no!
Wow! So our Baron Strucker here, very pretty art, like 2 cents. The full art lands are not worth anything. Hawkeye Bowslinger, our rare, it's like 30 cents. Unnatural Growth, 40 cents. Final Showdown, €1. Our 2 cards that are supposed to be the heavy hitter cards, not even cracking €1.50 between the two. €1.20 for Mighty Thor. Loki's Scepter, €5. This is our big prize. I spent €34. Buy singles! This isn't to say any of the cards here are useless. There's some great art, there's some very playable stuff. After all, they're meant to be played with. But my recommendation to you is if you are looking to get pretty cards or cards that you can play with, it is so much cheaper to purchase them individually rather than test your luck like this. Even if you're looking to rip open some packs and then recoup the value later on, realistically, you're not going to do that. Big game stores or people who make it kind of their full-time business, they can sort of manage the inventory and they put their whole day into just the envelopes, the posters. But for the 1 cent cards, if you're just an individual looking to do this kind of part-time on the side, it's not worth it. You'll pay more in postage and materials than you will for any of the cards that you're shipping. And even a €5 card, you're not getting much financial value back. And so I don't know. I think the majority of the packs that you open here, it's not worth gambling on a single pack. You really need to buy the whole box if you want the chance to hit something good, to increase to a better degree. And then if you're doing that, you're paying a full box price's worth, which is right now, again, $700 for the Hobbit. It's asinine. Yay! All this to say, I believe that the collector booster pack for the average Joe is a bad deal. And this is for one of the most popular games of all time in Magic, but other games have since tried their hand at the collector booster box model, even if maybe they don't have the cachet to justify it. But for Magic itself, it kind of seems like it's a great solution to a particular problem that maybe was starting to arise. Magic has always been a player's game first, but it's undeniable that the collectible aspect of it has always been there, and in recent years has only grown in popularity due to a whole bunch of factors. So the problem becomes, how do you not encroach on the experience for the player while still serving this growing collector's market? Imagine if play booster boxes shot up in value the same way that collector booster boxes have. You never draft again. But we are not seeing those same returns on Universes Beyond play booster boxes, who often fall under MSRP months after release, leaving fun in limited sets like Avatar and Final Fantasy available to players first. Not only that, as stores and collectors rip open the expensive boxes, they flood the market with singles of the non-special treatment cards. This means that the collector booster box is actively making the game cheaper to play. Seems like a win all around for everyone, right? Players get to get their game pieces at relatively reasonable prices, collectors get to spend their disposable income to get high, and Hasbro gets to stay alive without imploding like a dying star. Wizards of the Coast solved it! Everybody happy! The collector booster box model and its success also, it can be argued, has incentivized Wizards to water down their other products in a form of enshittification, or shrinkflation, whichever in vogue term you would like to use. In 2024, Wizards decided to consolidate their cheaper draft packs and their more expensive set boosters into one product, the Play Booster. A move that made a ton of sense to make for many reasons, but it also came with a new price point for the standard booster pack at around $6. One extended Art Loki scepter from the Marvel Magic the Gathering set. Initially, you could find all the same different versions of these cards in regular booster packs, not just collector booster packs, albeit at a much smaller hit rate. So you could still open a really cool art treatment or variation of a card in a regular booster pack, leading to a very fun experience. But fans reported that as sets released, different rarity tiers such as the showcase foils were minimized in play boosters, with some alternative treatments now being found only in collector booster packs. This, along with other changes such as frequent inclusions from the list being removed for infrequent appearances from special guests, led to fans seeing a product that resembled the old draft boosters of the past. Except instead of being sold for $4 as draft packs were, they're being sold for $6 now. And the amount of booster packs in a box was shrunk down from 36 to 30. And the price of a box went up anyway. Some of you may look at these changes and think, well, they don't really affect me. As a player, I only need to make sure I get playable cards and anything else they include as a bonus. Or maybe, I don't even like the different art treatments. I like my Magic cards to look like Magic cards. And that's fair, but I would argue that shrinkflation or enshittification as a business practice of any kind is an overall detriment to you, the consumer, and you should be concerned about it whenever it rears its ugly head in your game. Because while a dedicated player might not really care about the reduction of special art treatments in their booster packs, I'm sure they do care about the reduction of the number of booster packs in their player's box. So while one change might not impact you personally, the road that it's going down means that another change later might impact you personally. And not only that, any negative change is going to impact all the people around you who enjoy the same hobby you do, which is reason enough to care. There's one more thing about the insane prices on these booster boxes that make it bad for the player. If the booster boxes are going for so much now, and if collectors view them more as a sealed product than something to open because the cards inside might not be worth the initial purchase of the box, then you're going to end up with a ton of collector booster boxes sealed in their plastic, sitting on a shelf for years. That means there isn't going to be a flood of inexpensive singles in the market, and so cards are not going to go down to the level that you would like as a player. It impacts everybody. Now, far be it from me to tell you how to spend your money. If you have $700 in disposable income and you can afford it, and if you prefer to purchase said Hobbit Collector Booster Box, go right ahead. I personally recommend that you try not to spend that much money on a product, but again, it's your money. It's your life. It's what brings you entertainment. Do what makes you happy. But is it worth it from a purely financial perspective or good for the health of the game? Most likely not. What about you? Do you plan to purchase a Hobbit Collector Booster Box? Will you stick to singles? Or are you skipping this set entirely to wait for the next in-universe Magic set? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, go ahead and check out the channel. I got lots of TCG content and I think it's pretty cool. So, okay, bye-bye.